Okay. Last day we have discussed one example related to file handling and how to enter marks into a file. Actually, we have done this exercise. Basically, we with that we were managed to input marks into a file. Right? We were managed to input marks into a file. So with that exercise, we did that. Actually, we were using repetition as well, and also the file handling to do the tasks. And the problem here in this system is like it's not a system actually, but problem here in this program is the file is always written from the beginning, because the file pointer at the beginning of the file, the right mode, this mode W is basically keeping the file pointer at the beginning of the file. So when you ask to write again, already written data will be erased and rewritten. So that is the problem of this. But if you use appending mode, then this can be solved. If you use appending mode, then this can be solved, right? Okay, how can we use appending mode then? And let's organize, let's like reformat the file and organize this file well, and let's add all the features to this file, like searching and also updating, searching, and then inserting and deleting. All these things let's try to add into this same file, right? Okay, in order to do that, so first thing that I'm going to do is check whether the file is there. Check whether the file is there. If file is there, let's open that file, and I'm trying to read that. And if it is working, yes, I can open the file and read. If not, I can write it. Okay, let's start doing this now. To do that, I will open ideally again, similar to the last day. Okay, this is the one that we have tried last day. This file is originally, if it is a new file, it will be the file will be rewritten from the beginning, right? But before that, we need to try whether this file is there or not. Like how can we try to open the file? Right? Let's see that. First of all, we need to read the file, right? Let's try to read the file before we open it. Okay, let's say f equal open. Let's open the same file, or you can get that as an input. File name is basically, you can take it as input. Enter name of file. There you are going to get the file name, and after that you are checking whether this file is there. You are going to open the file. What is this file name? You are going to open it. In the read mode. Okay. Then if reading is open, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the file and present the data here. Okay, if read successful, I can do something that is basically print the data. Let's do this. F.read. I'm going to read the file name for this file. Oh, just F.read to read everything. And let's save it somewhere. Or you can just read and print, and also you can just save the pause. Okay, let's temporary comment this part. 1, 2, 3 triple quotation, single triple quotation, and here also triple quotation. This is not a multi-line comment. I already said that this is a trick. Making a bit of තාවකාලිකව මේ lines ටික වැඩ කරන එක නවත්තන්න පුළුවන්. Then here I'm opening the file for reading mode and reading it and closing it. Let's run this now. So it will ask me the file name. I will write. Okay. Nothing happened, so I cannot see anything. So let me print this. If there is anything, then we can see. Okay, you can see the data here. Data are printed. So means the file is there. What happen if file is not there? What happen if file is not there? I'm going to say marks 3 dot. Okay, you can see it will give an error. No such file. Okay, you will be given an error saying no such file. Okay, first of all, add this code, and I just need you to modify this code a little. In case if file is not there, I just need to create a new file. Can you try to do that part alone? File එක නැත්තම් අලුතෙන් file එකක් හදන්න ඕන. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ වගේ error එකක් එනවනම් මේ error එක පෙන්වන්නේ නැතුව ඔයාලට අහන්න පුළුවන්, do you need to create that file is not there? Do you need to create that file? If yes is the answer, you can create a file. If no is the answer, you can terminate the program by saying thank you. Can you do that now? මොකද කරන්න තියෙන්නේ? ඉස්සලම file name එක ගන්න, file name එක තිබ්බොත් read කරනවා. File name එක නැත්තම් ඔයා අහන්න ඕන ප්‍රශ්නයක් මේක create කරාට කමක් නැද්ද අලුතෙන් කියලා. ඒක okay කරොත් yes කරොත් ඒ file එක හදන්න ඕන. No කරොත් file එක හදන්න නැතුව ඉන්න. Okay, can you do that now? මොනින් කරන්න බලන්න try එකක් දෙන්න. Right. Here, if you use W mode, W mode and use karot, if you use W mode, it will create the file if it is not exist. Therefore, the method W mode එක දැම්මොත්, right, when you try to use the W mode, it will create the file if it is not exist. If file is there, it will be right. Right. Okay. එතකොට මෙතන W එක දාන්න පුළුවන්. We can use W, but then we cannot read it, no. W, when we put W, we cannot read it. So what about W plus? Writing and reading. Writing plus reading here. W plus mode is writing plus reading. Writing, reading both. And if file is not existing, it will create. Okay, let's try to use that now. Let's try to use that now. I'm running the file. I'm telling marks.csv. Okay, it gives nothing this time. It gives nothing this time. So then if I try to use, okay, rewrite this. Let's run this again. This time if I try to read marks 3.csv, again it gives nothing when you are trying to read. Okay, then you can go to the particular place where you have saved this. It is in the Dasun Nilanjana documents. Then you can see both files are there. And you can see it is 0 bytes. Means already with the W mode, it is rewritten. Now you cannot read it. Now you cannot read it. Because the reason is why you cannot read it. The reason is because it's already opened and rewritten from the beginning. Therefore, you cannot read it. That problem will come. So that is not the best way to do this. Okay, then W plus mode. But if you use R mode, it will give an error. R plus can be given, but it will still give an error. It will not create a new file. R plus, if you use R plus, here R plus, it's reading and writing, but it will give an error. If file is not there, it will give an error. So one thing is capturing error and handling this. The second thing is you can check for the file path. Check for the file path. I'm using the second method, which is checking for the file path. To do that, I need the OS library, import OS, and I can just try for the file name. File name is basically the path. path is this file name, which is just read. Path is the file name you just read, or you can just say path here. And then you can check whether, or you can say file name fn, and you can check whether that fn is there. That is one thing. Okay. Let me erase this part now, and let me comment this part as well. Here I am going to print check file. This is different thing. Okay, let me run the module. Now what will happen? Please write down this somewhere. I'm trying to open marks.csv, and it says true. Then I'm trying to find marks4.csv, and it says false, the file is not there. Now that ugly error is not coming. Instead of that, it's showing whether file existing or not. Okay, now we can use this. You can use your book also. Now we have a method of checking whether the file is there or not. We have a method of checking whether the file is there or not. Then without giving this error, can you create a code? If file is there, read it. If file is not there, create it and input data. Entering tree is enough. File එක තියෙනවා නම් read කරන්න. File එක නැත්තම් data enter කරන්න. අලුතෙන් හදලා. Okay, you can use this true false, right? Check file to do this now. And if you don't have if you don't have computer, you can do it using a book. Write it in your book and send me the code. That is also okay. Thing, like after checking this, we can do we can check this and do two things. If file exists, if file exists, this check file if it is true. If file exists, very simple thing. What do you need to do? Here, read, else, what do you need to do? Create. That's it, right? Okay, if file exists, read. Right, if file exists, read. So let's read the file. To read the file, we can use this read operation. And you can just open the file for reading mode, R mode. Then you can open the file for reading mode, and you can read the file and print it. And then actually just read a line, because read line is really essential. Read line is really essential. Why the read line is essential? There is a reason, because I just need to check whether the topic part is there. I just need to read line and check. Okay, let's assign this to line 1, L1, and I just need to check this L1 is basically L1. Okay, you need to search for the string. The heading part. You can just make it equal to the entire thing, or you can check just read line. Okay, let's print L1. Let's print the L1. Let's print the L1 if it is there. So let's run this, and what is happening? Okay. Print by. Okay. I'm going to read marks.csv. The file exists, so it read nothing, because nothing is there. Actually, that's the reason. If nothing is there, that's the reason why I cannot print anything. Let's open the file with the brackets and paste this few lines, because the file has become blank with our previous operation. We accidentally remove the content by putting the write mode. Write mode දැම්මම තියෙන ඔක්කොම යනවා. ඒක අපි අතෙන් වුණා. Therefore, I would just like to add this line to the file very quickly. Copy and paste the line. Now it has 4 lines. Let's save this. Now I'm going to read the file again using this reading mode, and the file exists, reading the file. And then the marks.csv is the file name. Let's read it. You can see the first line is printed. Now I just need to see whether it has this heading, whether it has this heading part. If heading part is there, and also you can just see like if heading part is there, then you don't want to do like you don't want to write to the heading part. Right? If heading part is there, you need to preserve. But if heading part is not there, you need to write heading as well. If heading part is there, you can consider the file as like empty file. Okay. Again, if if L1 is printed, then you can check whether it consists. You can check whether it consists this part, like what? Student name. Check whether it consists student name. Okay, how can we check that? We have already learned the operation. Yes, it's a very simple thing. Very simple thing. We can check, right? We can check like that in operation can be used. Right? So in operation can be used. For an example, you can say if what is this? Student name in, if student name in the file L1. Then you can say, let's print heading is there. If it is not there, else you can just say heading is there, and you can print the heading. Else also you need to create the file, because then the file is there, but file is blank. In this case also you can create the file. Okay, there are 2 places we need to create a file. The first is like, let's set marks.csv, and it reads heading is there. Okay, I'm going to read this marks3.csv. The file is exists, but heading is not there. Marks3.csv file is there, but heading is not there, so it says by. And if it is something like mymarks.csv, you can see by again, because the reason is nothing is there. This by comes when creating the file. Actually, you need to call the file creating function. Actually, this is what the creating function is. Creating function need to, okay, let's define a function. I'm going to remove this. Define this as a create file. Create file is my function name. Now I'm going to pass the file name there. That file name I'm going to assign as this file. This fn is the file name which we are going to assign here. That will create, and that will try to input 3 marks. That will try to input 3 marks after creating. Okay, here instead of y, I can call this create file. Right? Create file. Fn is the file name that you have just checked this fn. Create file, you can say fn is this fn that you have taken. If you want, like, you can change this f name in order to remove the confusing, and this is f name in order to remove the confusing, but this f name will be this fn. This fn will be input. The method f name කියලා ගන්න parameter එක අපි ඉගෙන ගත්ත functions. ඒ parameter එක මෙතන fn කියලා දාන. ඒ fn තමයි මෙතනට ගන්න. ඒ fn වලින් තමයි file එක තුළ create වෙලා මේ ඔක්කොම දේවල් ටික වෙන්නේ. Okay, creating, closing, everything will happen, right? Here also you can create the file if it is not accessed. On then a part has. Right, okay, let's try. I'm trying to put my marks dot csv file like in the automatically create file not defined. So is that create file function is there defined. Here create file. Okay, we need to assign this before this we have to assign this into a function. Create file function need to be defined earlier, right? Because this is procedural programming. In the create file function එක ටිකක් උඩින් වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ තමයි check file කතන්දරේ. Let's try to do this now. My marks csv file එක නැහැ. It will okay. Now I have to enter the name. This one. The file. Okay, 3 marks entered. Then I try again. I'm trying to read the file. Then my marks එක. මට my marks එක. යා මේ පාර මට file එක create කරන්න heading is there, reading the heading. Okay. Now my task is done. That means first I'm checking for the file, and also I'm defining a file function called create file. That create file function will create and do this work for me. And here I'm checking the file. If file is there, I'm reading the heading. If heading is there, I'm printing the heading. If not, I'm creating the file. Or if file is not there, I'm directly creating the file. If heading is not there, then also I'm creating the file. But heading is there, then you can check for the data. If heading is there, you can check for the data. If heading is there, you can try to read another line. L2 equal or you can say while all the lines are there, you can if read the line, you can print the data. While if read line, you can print this data while k equal read line. Okay. I'm running the file. Oh, what is that? Oh, here unexpected email. Running the file. Invalid syntax. So I cannot write like this. Sorry, I had to write read lines or something. Yeah, first I have to read lines, store data there. While LE. While sometimes mid my score. No invalid state. Okay. What I need to do is read lines, right? I just need to read all the lines. All lines equal f dot read lines. Okay. Then when you read lines, you can print all the lines. Okay, let's run this. We have already learned this method, right? Read lines method. Read lines will read it to a list. Now you can see this list is printed. And this list, let's say how many items are there in this list. We can just print the length of this. And it should say how many lines are remaining. Let's print it. Start again, paste in this. It says heading is there, then 3 lines are remaining. And I just don't want to print this heading is there part, right? Just need to print the number of lines. Okay, now I know the number of lines. I can say while for k in range read lines, k in range read lines can print print the all lines. Okay, in range 0 to read line, or you can just say read lines. You can just print kth item. So let's see what will be printed. I'm reading all the lines, trying to print that. This is my file. You can see the first line is printed, the second line is printed, and the third line is also printed 3 times. It's printed. Okay, 3 times it is printed. Now I have 3 data items. So if data items are not there, then also you can create the file. If data items are not there, then also you can create the file. How to do that? Huh? Okay, for an example, if here, if length of all lines means no data, right? Length of all lines equal to 0. That means no such lines. Then also you need to create the file. This is the third place that we need to create. That means heading is there like this. Let me open this. And I'm going to remove the my marks.csv or marks.csv. Let's use the marks.csv. I'm going to open this file and except the heading line, I'm going to remove the other lines. Now no data. Now no data. What will happen now? Marks.csv. Let me run the file. Marks.csv. Here it's asking the data. Why? Because marks, it has only the heading. Now let's give the values. Okay, in case if now file exists, but still it will write data, the reason is you can see that is not there. Let's try for this one now. It has data, everything. So it's not going to display the file. Instead of that, it is printing the lines. Actually, I just need to print this data like this. මට මේ data ටික print කරන්න ඕන මේ enter name මේ විදිහට නැතුව ලස්සන නම maths mark English mark ICT marks නම maths mark English mark ICT marks ඔය වගේ වගුවක් විදිහට පෙන්නන්න. Just need to show this as a table. Can you tell me how to do that? For the moment, you can copy this code, and I have to create file in 3 cases. මට අලුතෙන් file එකක් හදන්න වෙනවා case 3කදී. එක case එකක් තමයි file එක නැහැ. file එකම නැහැ. ඉතින් හදන්න වෙනවා. දෙවෙනි case එක තමයි file එක තියෙනවා heading එක නැහැ. ඒත් හදන්න වෙනවා. තුන්වෙනි එක තමයි file එක තියෙනවා heading එක තියෙනවා හැබැයි data නැහැ. මේ තියෙන්නේ file එක නැහැ. එතකොට හදන්න ඕනේ. මේ දෙවෙනි එකේ තියෙන්නේ file එක තියෙනවා heading line එක එකක් තියෙනවා. sorry file එක තියෙන heading line එක නැහැ. heading line එක නැහැ. එහෙනම් මේක file එක නැත්නම් මේ file එක තියෙනවා heading line එක නැහැ. මේ තුන්වෙනි if එක file එක තියෙනවා. හරි තුන්වෙනි if එක file එක තියෙනවා heading line එකක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි data නැහැ. ඒත් file එක හදන්න. Okay. So now we have three conditions. I will write in front of this මේ වගේ වෙලාවට file exists. Heading line also there, but no data. මේ මොකද්ද? File exists, heading line not there. ඊළඟ එක file not exist. Okay, please try out this code very soon. Please try out this code very soon. right? Try to print this as a table, like as you see here. Try to print this as a table. Now you can see this data is printed like this, no? Without just printing with the commas. Try to print as a table. So something like this here. Print as table in Python. So there is there are different libraries to do that, but no need to do. We just use this some output like some output like this. Okay, you can just use the plus and dashes and this marks just to format that as a table, console table. Okay, please use that. Okay, that part you need to do as a homework. With that, I will stop for today. Okay, good night.